We built Samwise to give care teams quick, situation-specific answers. But some of the most interesting use cases didn't come from product meetings, they came from everyday care work. In this video, we'll walk through real examples of how communities are using Samwise to speed up information gathering and make decisions that meaningfully impact residents' lives. Let's start with sleep. Sleep is one of the most important indicators of a resident's overall well-being, but it can also be one of the hardest things to understand clearly. Care teams often rely on resident reports, brief check-ins, or notes from previous shifts. That can make it difficult to see the full picture. Recently, a staff member shared a story about how they used Samwise to get deep insight into one of their residents' sleep patterns. The resident's family had been calling the community with a concern. Every time they visited, their mother said she had not slept at all. Naturally, they were worried that something might be wrong. Instead of relying on memory or scattered notes, the staff member opened Samwise and just asked a simple question. Give me an overview of sleep patterns for room 31 and over the last 7 nights. Within seconds, Samwise summarized the data. The resident was actually sleeping on average of a little under 8 hours per night, well within a normal range. But the pattern told a deeper story. She often went to bed early, between 9:30 and 11 p.m., then spent a few hours awake before falling asleep. Once asleep, her night was fragmented, with about 6 wake-ups per night. From the resident's perspective, it made complete sense that she felt like she had not slept at all. Samwise explained she's actually getting a reasonable amount of sleep overall, but is broken up throughout the night. This may be why it feels to her like she is not sleeping. There, instead of a vague reassurance, the family had a clear explanation based on real patterns across several nights. Let's talk about shift handovers. Anyone who has worked in a care environment knows that shift changes are one of the most critical moments of the day. Important details can easily get lost between teams, especially in busy communities where staff are responsible for a lot of residents. Traditionally, staff rely on handwritten notes, verbal updates, or long reports to understand what happened during the previous shift. With Samwise, that process becomes simpler. Instead of sorting through multiple systems for updates, staff can ask a straightforward question. Do we have anything worth catching up on from the night shift? Within seconds, Samwise summarizes key events. For example, the response might highlight that a resident was awake several times during the night, that another resident spent unusually long in the bathroom, or that someone who typically sleeps well had significantly reduced sleep last night. These summaries allow the incoming team to immediately focus their attention where it matters most. Rather than starting a shift by searching for information, care teams can start by acting on it. It means better continuity of care, fewer missed details, and more time spent with residents instead of on documentation. Next, reporting. Care teams spend a significant amount of time documenting what has happened in their communities. Reports are needed for management, regulators, families, and clinical partners. Collecting and organizing that information can take time. Samwise makes it possible to generate structured reports simply by asking. For example, please create a PDF report of all falls from January. Within seconds, Samwise gathers the relevant incidents, summarizes the patterns, and prepares a report that can be shared with management or included in documentation. The same applies to mobility, activity patterns, or sleep trends across the building. Instead of manually pulling data from multiple dashboards, staff can generate a clear overview immediately. For operators, this means less time spent compiling information and more time focusing on what the information actually tells them. As one of the staff members shared afterwards, Teton is an incredibly valuable tool in our work.